Chewing time with Korean movies.
We have seen many cases of troubled lives nearly every day in newspaper, radio, TV, or in computer.
On April 20th, 2010,
Just a few of them
powerful-
make a big impact on our lives. Whenever I don't know what factor make us serious about the case in trouble, I think of one sad movie. The background of this movie is a time when the dead were given preference over the living. The title of the movie is Surrogate Mother, actually Surrogate Womb. The director of this movie is Sopyonje, and he's referred to as the best director in Korean movie. He was the winner of award for best direction in Cannes Film Festival in 2002. And also he was the winner of Honorary Golden Bear Award in Berlin International Film Festival in 2005. Soo-hyun-gang in this movie is so excellent that she received the award of Best Actress in Venice International Film Festival in 1987. This movie is a story about a little girl who won't believe a surrogate mother is also a human being, but just come to know a surrogate mother is just a baby producer. In a society where dead are priority to the living, descendants were needed for their dead ancestors. The ancestral rites were very important to people at the time. Therefore, aristocratic families in high society need a son to succeed them. When a family cannot have a son, the wife was expelled from the family, or should permit a concubine or husband, or should find another way to make a son succeed their family. One of the ways to make a son is to find a good surrogate womb. There is a weird and secret village for just a woman. This village is a surrogate mother's village. When she gives birth to the baby boy, the baby will be taken to a client family. But when a baby daughter is born, she'll be left with her mother without father. So there are only women in this village. A surrogate mother is like a scarlet letter woman. So she used to be looked down upon by the people and has difficulty for a living, except being a surrogate mother again. The power and wealth family, Sang's couple has no son, even no children. So, his family decided to borrow a surrogate womb to get a son. They choose a young girl with a cries of pain. The girl's name is Ongnya. A mother asks her daughter not to fall in love with even one leaf of grass or a piece of small pebble, except her body, because her mother knows the fate of surrogate womb. The beginning as a surrogate womb is really humanistic. When she was chosen as a surrogate womb, she should have a spell carved on the back of the shoulder. And when she comes to the Shin's house, she should purify herself and come out to observe the spirit of moon in the evening. A day and hours were decided by the ritual way. She becomes a kind of sacrifice for producing a son. Ironically, all of these rituals are carried by Sang's wife. Just beside the door, she should order in agony her husband to have the first night with the surrogate girl, step by step. Ongnya is too beautiful to have only one night for having a son. So Sang-gyo frequently come to Ong-yo and neglect his wife.
영자에 봉안하고
His wife feels jealous and carries to the grandmother,
이렇게 되면은
the eldest senior of the family.
사실이냐? 사흘이 멀다.
Grandmother ordered punishment to Ong-yo,
죽기로 막았어.
so Sang-gyo's wife slapped Ong-yo with a rod severely.
그 아이가 어떻게 밖으로 나갈 수 있어?
Sang-gyo also blamed by the senior of the family for his inappropriate affair.
그 다음은 볼 것도 없다고 하셨다.
Ong-yo opened the door half and waited sneakily for Sang-gyo. That night, Ong-yo climbed over the wall and shared an affair with Sang-gyo in the hidden place of the garden. At the time, Confucian scholars are talking about beautiful story of keeping ritual in the pavilion outside. They are praising the person who first took out the ritual utensil or had a baby from the burning
조상만
house.
아주 끔찍이 모셨구먼. 좌우간
They are also
정복하던
praising a
영어와
person
연령
who
가운데
carried ritual utensil
많은 이가
in a
털을
war
집속에서
and held the ritual
위급한
service.
우리들보다 신주를 먼저 꺼낸 분들
The
아닙니까?
scholars talking about the
제대로 지내는
ritual
장소가
for the dead
산소가 아니라
ancestor,
그것으로 미루어
while
보았으나
Sang-gyo and Ong-yo
집에
are
머물던
desiring their
백은
love
다시
for
신주교로
producing a
가서
baby.
깨치를 작업해야지.
Ong-yo is pregnant, so she's treated even better than before.
정녀인가?
She is supported by two other maids and served all kinds of good food and good clothes. Sang-gyo also gave her some jewelry and ornaments.
이거 엄마
She
딸이 뭐
feels
어떠니?
she received real love
귀신이나
from
밭을
Sang-gyo.
재고 아들 원하는 사람들한테 질려.
When she feels lonesome,
전에도 그런 말 한
her
적
mother
없거든.
comes to help her.
내일 모레가 증조
Sang-gyo's wife
제사니까
also preparing to meet a new baby.
아이고,
She should
아니다,
pretend to
아니야.
be pregnant.
이제 겨우 반쯤 넘은 건데.
She makes her belly
아이고,
more
너무 크구나.
volume by putting some
손좀
cotton
빼.
inside the clothes.
어깨를 뒤로 조금
And also,
즐기고
she sometimes
안쪽
pretends to
빼놨을
have
때는
morning
몸을 무겁게
sickness
가져야
by
하느니라.
pregnancy. These things are kind of process to have her baby through the surrogate
아니면
womb.
hormon도 아니면서 왜 나와서 이러는
When someone tries to get a baby by surrogate womb,
심한 거 보니까
the client should try to have the same process
못할까?
as a surrogate
재수를
woman.
상관하면서 입을 뻥끗하다.
They believe that the clients like Sang-gyo's family can totally have the baby through this custom. Sang-gyo should travel around the country for spirit training and knowledge cultivation.
내가
But
딸을
in
낳으면
fact,
어쩌냐고 걱정하니까.
it is because the family decided Sang-gyo would not be able to meet Ong-yo
귀신이나
anymore.
밭을 재고 아들 원하는 사람들한테 질려.
Ong-yo's mother's worry are that
그런 말 한 적이
her
있거든.
daughter's secret meeting with Sang-gyo
내일
will
모레가
surely
증조
cause big
제사니까
trouble for them
틀림없이 오실 거야.
because
그분
she knows the surrogate mother's reality.
설리 먹자.
So she advised Ong-yo not to meet Sang-gyo secretly. But her daughter neglected her advice. But when Sang-gyo came back home from the journey,
100번 주고
he
맞다
visited her first, and that made the family angry. They severely beat Ong-yo's mother instead of her.
왜 맞았어?
Mother tells her bitter experience that she was severely beaten when she tried to see her son secretly.
내 아들을 낳느니라.
Surrogate mother should not be a mother, but just a baby producer. Ong-yo, in full-term pregnancy, is waiting for safe delivery in the room. Then the sound of mask performance outside makes her excited. Despite her mother's worry, she goes out to watch the street performance. The tone of a mask performance is straight, honest, satirical, and critical to hypocrisy of high society. Ong-yo, watching the performance, suddenly feel that it's about time for childbirth. Childbirth of Ongyo is terribly painful for a long time. The poor young girl struggled to give birth to the baby, but the pain seems endless. The family does everything to get the baby, writing spell on the soles of her feet, encouraging her loudly. Lastly, they stand Ongyo on the terribly heated iron pot cover. She jumping and screaming in agony, like an animal in panic. He births the son. The baby is taken by Sangye's wife before Ongyo hugs even just one time. Ongyo cries that she's not an animal but a human being and asks to give her baby back. But they don't give any permission to hug her baby even just one time. The family orders swollen Ongyo and her mother to leave the house at once. Sangyo tears silently behind the corner of the house. They are carried to a far distant place where they have never been before. Never fall in love with even a leaf of grass or piece of pebble, but just to focus yourself. That's the golden rule of surrogate mother. Ongyo's mother was also surrogate mother, so her son was taken away by the client family just after her delivery. She missed her son so much, so after 5 years, she visits the village to meet her son secretly. But she was beaten severely to nearly death because she met her son. Even though Ongyo is young and beautiful, maybe Sangye's family won't think of her as a healthy womb to produce good son. There are two kinds of contrary background here: Confucianism and mask dance on the street. When the Confucian scholars were talking with the dignity about ritual and manners for dead ancestors under the light side of reality, ironically, Sangyu and Ongyo have an affair in the shadow of reality to create a new life. Korean mask performance on the street is really far from a great politeness. It's straight, noisy, and shabby, and satirical and mocking, but it's hilarious. It settles in deep bottom of reality, but its energy is honest and creative. At last, Ongyo gives birth to baby after he received energy from the mask performance on the street. It is so sad that she did not follow the way of surrogate mother and did not forget the good memory with Sangyu. But I'll be also be sad if we just follow the surrogate mother's way. Ongyo hanged herself in the village where her son lived. People are shocked and become so sad about that. They do not have to ask a question, why?